Hello and welcome to another stream of Assassin's Creed Valhalla for my annual 2024 playthrough. Hey there AJ, good morning. I'm doing really good, thank you. Things are going good, how about yourself? Excited for your AC streams as always? Oh, very nice. Awesome. Yeah, we'll be doing the Hidden Ones bureaus in this stream, and then I'll be doing the next story arc, which is in Winchester, which we'll get when we actually speak to Hytham, or until we read the letter.
Admit it,
more
Elvis.
off
I am the
than that.
superior wordsmith.
Admit to a fuss?
Let's have a look at inventory. Okay, so I don't have all the Hidden Ones bureaus actually unlocked, but I do have some that I discovered as I was going around and leveling up and stuff for this playthrough. So there's 6 in total. So there's 1. There's another one that I discovered. And there's another one in London. Alright, so that's 3 that I've actually uncovered. But it would be good to actually uncover more while I'm here. Okay, so I think there's one in Winchester. Oh yeah, here's one. Alright, so I've got 4 that I've actually uncovered on the map. There might be one in Colchester. Nah, probably not in Colchester. I mean, I can always look them up on the internet anyway to see the last 2 that I might not have actually uncovered on the map. I think there's one in Kent. We'll go have a look.
That is Dominus not. Et dixa ad eo. Otta an is otte otte.
Sut jestre.
Abretik en nos liedje.
I should be cautious around here.
It's hot.
In water, iron then shall float. As easy as a wooden boat? Iron? What madness do you spout, devil?
I'm happy to see Kent with his elder. At least one of us is. He will be good for Kent.
Well played, Eivor. With a
Does
rest.
he seem different to you?
This bail, we'll have to.
Remember, he's changed.
Hey there, Mr. Goatee. Thanks for redeeming the leap of fail. How's it going, dude? I'm not into politics. I'm into survival. Thank you, Mr. Goatee, for redeeming that Arnie impression. The quote from The Running Man. Thank you very much, dude. Hey there, Crooked. Good day to you, Senny, as well. Welcome on in. I have been, yeah. Yeah, I've had a good day. Things have been going well. Keeping warm. How's things going with you? Mr. Gote, really good. You made it to Kyoto in Rise of Ronin. Did a dual boss fight today, making us stir fry for dinner with Dad. Oh, excellent. That's really good. Glad to hear that you're making that good progress. And stir fry, that definitely sounds delicious. Yeah, Mr. Gote, I did nothing. The pavement was his enemy. Twins. Ah, so there was another bureau that I'd actually uncovered. Alright, so that's 5 that I actually did uncover. I really wish that they made it that all icons actually appear this zoomed in. Because at least then there's a bit more of the rest of the map that you can see as you're scanning. Whereas having to go in like this, you have less of the map to see as you're scanning, you know. So these bureaus, they don't appear, the logo for them doesn't appear unless you zoom all the way in. Mr. Gote, what about selection where you just go through a list of icons, you fast travel like an Elden Ring, just select the point via list open on the map? Oh yeah, Mr. Gote, things like that. You even look at GTA 5, which came out in 2013 now, and you have the system where there's a drop-down menu, so that if you want to fast travel to, let's say, a, like a, I don't know, what can I say? Like a, what are they called? Triathlon or something. You know, you just go to the drop down list, and as you move down it, the cursor on the map actually jumps to each location as you go through it in the list. Good, you're going good, thanks. Having some breakfast at the moment. Hope you stay warm in this cold Viking weather. Excellent, dude. I'm glad to hear that, man. And I hope that you're enjoying your breakfast too, as well. Um, what's on the menu? All right, so I don't know which bureaus are like. I don't know what the order is of the bureaus to do them, but we're just going to go to the ones that I know I've already gotten unlocked, because I wasted enough time as it is already without doing anything. There we go. So I've marked 3 out of the 6. So let's go and... Oh. I'll go to this one. Mr. Gote, but yeah, in September when you start all your AC playthroughs, when you start saving for China or Japan, you're going to hate that manual movement on the map so much after being spoiled by Elden Ring. Absolutely. That's the thing when you play a game that has something done in a way which is way more advanced. It makes it much harder to go back to games that didn't have that. Hello, Inmita. How's things going for you today? So there are some codex pages that we find in these bureaus, and I'm not going to read what they say on them until we have all of them collected. This is another problem in this game. I have Eivor facing the direction where this is in, yet when I press the attack, where does the attack go? All fucking everywhere except the fucking thing I'm trying to hit. Until now. This is something else that I don't like. I don't know how that missed Q&A. Once Q&A is done with the game, then let me play it. Then I'll do extra Q&A. And fucking fix your problems for you. You going all good, N-meter? Excellent. That's good to hear. As for me, I'm doing well. I've had a good day. Cheers, N-meter. Oh, that's okay, N-meter. There's no trouble at all. Evacuation order. Cavette, following the order of Caesar Magnus Maximus to withdraw all Imperial troops from the north, our mandate to remain in Eboracum has weakened considerably. I have therefore made the difficult decision to cease all operations in the north and west of Britannia, including our bureau in Jorvik. All hidden ones are hereby ordered to return to our bureaus in Londinium and Camulodunum for further instruction. Magister Marcellus, operare in tenebris it Lumini Severus. I'm not sure about the VT part. Although, with Marcellus, I guess the V is supposed to be a U. Even though there is actually a word with U in it. A faded note. Interloper. Seek high if you wish to pass beyond. We have no further use for the tools that have failed us. QDBV. I think there's some kind of like hidden one that is looking or watching as we do this, but I just don't have time to work on that, so we'll just go to the bureau, get the items, and also just get the document, the codex. It's the codex. Hidden One's contract. Genus Pacti. Execution. Imperator Severus flouts the terms of our treaty with Aurelius. He has arrived in Britannia to oversee the fortification and reoccupation of the Antonine Wall. Swift and bold reprisal is needed. The Imperator must die of poison to avoid suspicion of foul interference. Infiltrate Aboracum Villa with caution. Imperator's Praetorians will be on high alert. Make contact with Centurion Calvinus on the morning of AD 3 non-Feb. The Centurion is one of us, and will provide you with the necessary cover. Contra hit Magister Chloe. Status success. So the assassination was successful. Hidden One robes. Okay, so there's that bureau done. 5 more to do. Hey there, Mario. I'm doing really good, thank you. Things are going well. How about yourself? You going good? Excellent, Mario. That's good to hear, dude. And Mita, you were having some stupid bugs with the challenges in this game yesterday. The enemies would either despawn or get stuck under the map. Oh, really? Oh, if the challenge itself wasn't frustrating enough, to have some glitches that interfere on top of that is just insane. Thank you, Exiled, for redeeming the random Assassin's Creed quote. And absolutely, definitely can choose it. No worries at all. Okay, so I've got one. Mary was fond of you, Edward. She saw something in your bearing that gave her hope you might one day fight with us. Aye, she told me. And what do you think of our creed? It's hard to say. For if nothing is true, then why believe anything? And if everything is permitted, why not chase every desire? Why, indeed? It might be that this idea is only the beginning of wisdom, and is not its final form. That's quite a step up from the Edward I met here many years ago. Thank you for redeeming that, Mario. That's from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Arta by Talking with Edward. And Mitra, it made you angrier than the challenges themselves. I don't blame you one bit. You know, it's like you're already sort of like struggling with some aspects of something that is, you know, understandable too, because, you know, it's the nature of the challenge. But then when the game is like, oh, how about we glitch out? That will make your job much easier, right? And it's like, wrong. Thanks, Mario. Yeah, such a great game, that one. I could have sworn that I saw another one of the Hidden Ones bureaus that was near like a raid or something that I hadn't gone to yet. But it must not have been. Could also be one of the ones that I've actually marked. But I could have sworn that there was another one. I mean, there's a gear piece where they are, so if I can see where a gear piece is, I haven't collected yet. Like this one here, that's the Londinium Bureau. This one here is the one in Winchester. Here it is. That's the one. Alright, cool. So I've already gone to one I've got 3 marked. So that one, we'll go to that one next. Just need to find a fast travel point that's as close as possible to it. Not enough silver? There's never enough silver. Actually, it gets to the point in this game where there's no need to spend a lot of silver. Alright, so need to be facing to that direction. And Meta, you did one of them perfectly fine, and in the end you realized that one enemy wasn't on the map. You're like, really, game? Oh. Yeah, it makes you wonder sometimes, you know, like, whether that's something that they ever picked up on. See, here's the other thing too, like, I don't know how they work these things, but I wonder if there's anything that they look at and they think, what is the probability that someone's going to get this glitch to happen? And if it's low probability, then they probably don't even worry about patching it. Wouldn't be surprised if they cut corners like that.
Need to be careful here. Easy now. Something's not right. Smells like a trap. Need to be careful here.
god, this is something that they still haven't patched in this game, is when it randomly puts the fucking Gloucester Shire friggin' bloody mask and fucking cloak on you. Jeez, I fucking hate that. Hey there, Shaky. Do you ever play as only male Eivor, or do you typically let the animus pick? You've never thought to use torches for these? Oh, you hate that glitch? That costume made you hate that questline. Yeah, there has been playthroughs where I've played as male Eivor, like, the first time I played as male Eivor, by choosing male Eivor, and then I've done a playthrough where I chose female Eivor, and, I've done a playthrough where I alternate. I do one story arc as one and then the next as the other. But usually I let the animus decide, which makes it canon because Odin's male, not female. So when we experience memories of Odin, the game switches to male because Odin's male. But yeah, that glitch is just so annoying. I can't believe they've never patched it out, like seriously. In Meter, it's like that Halloween armor in Wrath of the Druids. You cannot get rid of until you're outside the region. Oh, yeah, it's just completely ridiculous. Like, I understand when it's actually the story that's active at the moment for you, but once you've finished the story that is actually taking place there, the game should under no circumstances automatically put you in that outfit again. It's just ridiculous. A faded letter, Magister Sebastos. Forgive my spirited tone, but this evacuation order from Magister Vitus in Londinium seems premature and cowardly. For over 3 centuries the Hidden Ones have worked in the shadows of this empire to protect its subjects from the worst abuses of numberless Caesars and their petulant whims. Yet now, as the empire recedes and our protections begin to bear fruit, we are told to abandon our post? Madness. Have all our efforts come to nothing? Will our noble sisterhood let these violent but few voices who oppose our presence sing loudest? We must be better than this, I am sure you will agree. Your friend and sister in shadows, Magister Maya. Altivorus non sit qui... I'm going to give up on reading that. Alright. Hidden One's contract. Genus Pacti execution. The new Church of Rome has found sturdy footing in the Isle of Britannia, yet our past support of these same worshippers goes unrecognized. Executions of Belgae pagans are a routine occurrence in the streets of the city. Our pleas for compromise fall upon deaf ears. Imperator Theodosius is unresponsive. We must send a message. 3 church fathers, Vitus, Secunda, Agapetus, must die in a public spectacle. Remind the Romans that Britannia is home to numberless tribes. Contrahit Acolytus Teague. Status, partial success. Target killed. Magister succumbed to wounds. Alrighty then, so... There we go, another codex page. Alright, so that's 2 bureaus that we've looked at. Hey there, Dr. Darling. An alliance map. Thank you for redeeming the I want to see the alliance map. Dr. Darling, late stream, so you decided to wake up late. Oh, that's fair enough. Well, that's definitely fair enough. Okay, so... 1, 2, 3. I've done 2, and I've got 3 marked, so that's 5, but there's also 6 in total. Okay, but first we'll look at the alliance map for 10 minutes. And I'll actually look up a guide to find this other one. This fucking glitch, I tell you what, like, holy fucking shit. Like, seriously. Quadruple A company, my fucking ass. Ubisoft's not even an A quality game company.
Use your tongue or I will feed it to you!
In Meta, the challenge you're currently struggling with requires you to perform explosive kills, and in some cases the game will remove those oil jars. It's usually one thing or the other, and if the enemy dies from the fire instead, the game won't count that. It has to basically die from the explosion alone. Ah. That can't be, like, that kind of stuff to me just says that they did that on purpose to be assholes to the player. Dr. Nolling, imagine if the Dawn of Ragnarok scene played every time you approached Ranvi. I want to see Dawn of Ragnarok. Oh, dude, yeah. That'd be so fucking annoying. The only places where a game company in one game, in one franchise, should actually advertise either another or their own franchise but other things in it is in menus, like they do. But no, they have to go beyond that. They have to start putting ads right in the middle of your fucking gameplay as well. In Meta, yeah, before you start doing the Ragnarok, Eivor would almost constantly say it needs to rest to the tree. It was so annoying, like, shut up, let me do other things in the game first. Absolutely. Yeah, like, maybe as a one-off thing, yeah, when it's actually the point at which it activates, but not every single time you go to a spot, it's just, and they get away with it because no one, people who, can make these decisions seemingly just don't. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't seem to care that people have issues with these things. They somehow think it's a good idea to have something repeat every fucking time you go somewhere. You know, like, fair enough too if you interact with the quest giver, but then decide not to. But even then, it should only happen once, where the dialogue for the intro of it plays, and then never again. In Meta, yeah, every time you would go to the base, Eivor would say, I have new visions. I need to rest. Hey, Mr. Epic, welcome. How's things today? Mr. Epic, nice map you got there, not? Yeah, this is the I want to see the Alliance map. For those who really want to see it, it's 50,000 channel points, and it's a 10-minute look at the map. Oh, that's great, Mr. Epic. I'm glad that you're going good. As for me, my day's been going well. I'm having a good one. I mean, it's night time now, but but it's still Wednesday here at the moment. In Meta, in one case, you're able to kill the target even though you were stuck under the map, but then the game decided to tell you that there are two enemies remaining, but that aren't even on the map, even though you killed all of them. Oh, that's another instance where it's like, come on, they didn't, you know, recognize that was an issue and, patch it. AJ, how do you redeem something and how do you check your channel points? Oh, sure. So I don't know if you're on your mobile or if you're actually on a laptop or PC, but if you're on your mobile, if you look near the chat box and to your left of the chat box, you'll see RL. So you're on mobile, AJ, cool. So you'll see RL, an icon with RL on it. Now that's my custom logo for the channel points. Every channel can come up with their own logo and what they call the points. So in my case, it's coins basically. But if you click on that, it'll actually come up and show you the list of active channel point rewards, and it'll tell you how much points that actually costs. And if you click on one, it'll tell you if it's currently available or not. But next to the icon as well of the channel points, it'll tell you how many points you have. There we go, Dr. Darling. That is 10 minutes of looking at the Alliance map. Thank you very much for redeeming that. Mr. Epic, it's morning here, 11 in the morning in the Netherlands. Oh, nice. So still relatively early. Hope you're having a good day so far. That's no worries at all, AJ. No problemo. Mr. Epic, looking at this map makes you think of something. Oh, does it?
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
Nice one, Mr. Epic. Thanks for redeeming that Bane impression. That's that quote from that villain in Far Cry 3, isn't it, Vas? Let's have a look. Winchester, that's the Benta Bella Grey one. The Rattay Bureau, where is that? That is in Leicestershire. Okay, that's one that I just went to. Camulodunum. Lodunum. That is in Essex. Here we go. Boom. In Meta, the game was like, you forgot 2 enemies. Me, where are they? The game, I don't know. They're there somewhere. The game is like, figure it out for yourself. We're not going to indicate to you. This friggin' glitch with the mask. Hey there, troll. How's it going? It was Vas, Mr. Epic, it was as well? Cool.
Not good.
The annoying thing is that it's still on. I can tell by the way Eivor's hood is. Okay, now that stupid mask is off. Mr. Epic, this glitch still exists after all this time? It really does. Yep. This game came out almost 4 years ago now, and they still haven't patched it out.
Must be blocked from the other side.
In Meta, if it was Bethesda, it would have been understandable. But Ubisoft as well. At least Bethesda has console commands, so you can fix things. This is true in Meta, yeah. Even Ubisoft has a lot of stuff which just it either goes unnoticed completely, and then it's too far gone for them to even care, or they feel like the probability of it happening is so low that there's no point even bothering with it. Evacuation orders. Cavett. Brothers and sisters are right bearing difficult news. With the death of Imperator Honorius, all hope of stability and balance in Britannia is lost. The time has come to leave these shores to regroup and refocus our attention where it is needed most. With the departure of the last Imperial legions from this island a decade ago, the tribes and clans native to this island have moved swiftly to fill the vacuum, and few if none of their number have any love for our brotherhood. I fear our work has been misunderstood in this land, but the time is long past for redressing these impressions. All currently serving Hidden Ones are hereby ordered to vacate these premises. Should you wish to continue our great work, make your way to our bureau in Cologne. You will be welcomed. Hidden One's contract. Genus Pacti. Execution. The Iceni grow impatient for reforms. 4 decades after Boudicca, the Romans are unyielding. Citizenship denied to all but outsiders. Requests and pleas sent to Governor Verus and Imperator Domitian remain unanswered. It is time to speak in words the Senate cannot ignore. Verus must die. Karl May at noon make a spectacle of it. Contra hit. Acolytus Anicius. Status success. Okay, so we've done 3 of those bureaus. Now for the last 3, which I've kept marked as icons on the maps. Mr. Epic, Ubisoft can hold hands with Bethesda with being bringing out buggy games. This is true, yeah. You know, like well, they even had that sort of like that bug with Asgard. Actually, I think it was the Jotunheim, where there was some location that couldn't be accessed, even though you had done what the game wanted you to access it, but it still wouldn't become available to you. Can't remember exactly what it was now, but Oh yeah, this isn't. This isn't the lead into the bureau. At least I don't think it is. No, it's not. Oh, we go. Once we get all the codex pages, I'm going to fast travel back to Ravensthorpe, and we're going to read the codex pages, which talk about a visit that Armanet makes to the hidden ones in Rome. Well, in England, I should say. See, this is the thing, right? We could have had a trilogy with Bayek and Aya. The first game, Origins. The second game in Rome, and the third game in England. But nope. Had to get Malacca's Creed instead. In Mitra, in one case, one of the enemies was trying to climb and couldn't, so it was just stuck going up and down. It only stopped doing that when you went close and it detected you. Oh. Yeah, I've seen similar glitches to that too as well. It just makes you scratch your head sometimes. Mr. Epic, what do you call the animal mountain Asgard in English? You forgot. Ooh, I don't actually know, to be honest, Mr. Epic. Yeah, because I've only got the regular one. I did have like the wolf one that you could get at one point. In Mitra, at least it wasn't a stealth challenge, so it was okay, but it was stupid and funny at the same time. Yeah, that's true. They can, glitches definitely can be that as well. And Mitra may be elk, you think? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think that is in Mitra. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Hidden One's contract, genus Pacti espionage. Overtures to Imperator Aurelius have been successful. In exchange for a cessation of hostilities in the north, the Romans have agreed to withdraw from the Antonine Wall. Imperator Aurelius is known to be a fair broker, yet we must verify this withdrawal for ourselves. Dispatch one of Magister rank to oversee troop movements and verify these orders have been carried out to the letter. Contra hit Magister Egan. Status: success. Troop withdrawals complete. Treaty enforced. Evacuation order, Cavette. Brothers and sisters, I write bearing difficult news. With the death of Imperator Honorius, all hope of stability and balance in Britannia is lost. The time has come to leave these shores to regroup and refocus our attention where it is needed most. With the departure of the last Imperial legions from this island a decade ago, the tribes and clans native to this island have moved swiftly to fill the vacuum, and few if none of their number have any love for our brotherhood. I fear our work has been misunderstood in this land, but the time is long past for addressing these impressions. Also, currently serving Hidden Ones are hereby ordered to vacate these premises. Should you wish to continue our great work, make way to our bureau in Cologne. You will be welcomed. Who is the worst person at separating egg yolks? Michael Jackson. He just wants to beat it. He just wants to beat the eggs. Hey there, Raid. How's it going? Unlike Weird Al, who just wants to eat it. Such a great parody, that one. Mr. Gote, back up. Did you need a break? Did you miss anything fun? Well, you missed a look at the Alliance map. We looked at the Alliance map for 10 minutes. You missed that exciting development. But we're still working on the bureaus, so we're going around and getting the codex pages that talk about our Manette. Hope you enjoyed your dinner, dude. Mr. Epic, what you're going to say is your brother was playing in Asgard when his elk glitched into some spiked mess. It was hilarious. He also made a screenshot, but Ubisoft removed it. They keep doing that, by the way, removing screenshots with glitches in it. Like, it's stupid too, because what if someone takes a photo of the glitch so that they can show that the glitch is happening so it can get fixed? Mr. Gote, the Alliance map opens up, Brother Ooh starts playing. The contrived way in which they make you have to use the jumping platforms that they've done. Like, this kind of shit is stupid. Like, we should be able to just climb up this way. But no, we have to climb around here, and then we have to jump up here, and then we have to jump up here, and then we have to jump up here, and then we can't just take a shortcut, can we, Ubisoft? Oh no. Hidden One's contract, Genus Pacti execution. Reliable sources tell us Imperator Hadrian sails for Britannia this month. He intends to make war upon the northern native people. Intercept the Imperator in Londinium. We believe he will stay 5 nights at the Villa, southeast of the Colosseum. Enter Villa as a slave and dispatch him via poison or under night's obscuring darkness. Amorous diversions are not advised. The Imperator is known to be a cautious man. Contra hit Acolytus Chaos. Status, failure. Acolytus discovered and killed. Journal of Magister Vetus. I write this final entry at night in the fading glow of a single oil lamp. It appears our work in Britannia has been cut short by forces far outside our control, but that is not quite true. In some ways we are to blame. For years we have scratched at the pillars of empire, toppling one or two when the foundations seem too strong, and the weight of any one Caesar's ambition seemed too pressing. But there is a limit to how many supports a building may lose before it topples to the ground. We might have been more careful, we might have been more selective, more cautious in our approach to liberty. But we have helped free Britannia of all structure, and now the roof has collapsed. A dark age is coming. The burden now falls upon a future generation to bring back the light. How soon that will be, I cannot say, and I dare not hope. MV. A little nitpick I have with some stuff like this is this idea that the assassins are basically getting rid of any structure to stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's going around killing people who are innocent, I don't care if they're a fucking billionaire. If the assassins kill that person, it shouldn't matter that they're a billionaire that they've just killed. What are they supposed to do? Just let the billionaire do the shit that they're doing and innocent people die? You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that have to be done. Certain people have to die. You know, there's a great quote in, what is it, Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood? I think it might be 2, where Sean and Rebecca and Desmond are talking about, you know, what it is to be an assassin and that we kill people and all that kind of stuff. You know, so it's not... It's one of these things where they're, you know, Rebecca says something like, you know, sometimes people need to die for there to be change, you know, things like that as well. But this constant kind of making the assassins out to be uncaring, sort of like uncaring, kind of like incompetent, like it just, I don't know, just irks me when they do that kind of stuff too much. And how many times have the assassins needed to rise again? It's like, ugh. It's like, don't get me wrong, people do make mistakes, and not every single assassin should be perfect, but this idea that the assassins are undoing things, it starts to come off as like one-sided, trying to make the other group, whether it's the Order of the Ancients or the Templars, seem to be the morally superior or something, you know? Mr. Epic, they're probably afraid of people laughing at how much a buggy mess this game is, especially because they're now a quadruple A company, as of Skull and Bones. Mr. Gote, glad you missed the Alliance map though. You like all the combat and fighting in this game. That's definitely fair enough, Mr. Gote. Yeah, that Alliance map will only be redeemable, for this playthrough. Amita, yeah, how dare you expose those glitches? Exactly. We can't be doing this. Rage, you think the best glitch you ever encountered in a game was in Skyrim, where someone glitched through a door and ragdolled so violently that the noise sounded like a million thunderstorms coming out of Zeus's ass? Now, I definitely haven't seen that before, but holy shit. Shaky, you skipped so many puzzles in this. You hated the convoluted puzzle design. I don't blame you at all. You know, it's definitely very, very annoying. Especially using Sunan to find the damn caves or underground places. Exactly, Shaky. And you mark somewhere on the map, and then, like, there's a mission marker, and then you get near the area, then it takes it off. It's like, leave the fucking thing on until I'm literally standing above the fucking thing. Mr. Gote in an Arnie voice, then we have to jump here, then do, oh no, we can't take a shortcut, oh no, that's not what we want to do, no, can't do that, you can't use common sense, right? Exactly, yeah. Mr. Epic, they also removed all your screenshots of all the flying door posts above the ocean in England, unless there are a lot by the way, so much flying door posts in the game, of which you had all the screenshots of which they all deleted. You can say the same of the Templars. How many times do we kill the leaders of them, but there are always more? Well, that is true, yeah, they're like weeds, you know. Your favourite glitch will always be GTA 4 Swing of Death. Now that is a funny glitch, that one, in GTA 4. But that's ridiculous that they're removing all those screenshots. And even if they fix the problem, those screenshots should still be available because they look funny, you know? In Meta, like God of War, where even though you are a god, there are still some places you cannot climb.
This area is off limits.
Yeah, you know, it's like, come on. Raid assassins at their worst can be pretty bad, but the Templars are much worse. Remember, according to the law, they orchestrated World War II, in which over 75 million people died. That's true, Raid. Exactly, you know. And there have been assassin groups that have been terrible, like the Russian Brotherhood in the 1900s, like the early 1900s, with how they wanted to do experiments on Anya, and they didn't care if she died in the process. You know, all this kind of stuff too. fucking god game, Jesus fucking Christ. Hidden One's contract. Genus Pacti. Contact and deliver. Belgae and Roman tensions run high. Mutilations and murders of Christian populace at the hands of local Belgae warriors continue to mount. An acolyte is needed to deliver a personal message to Imperator Constantius, pleading for the protection of Christian worshippers in the region. The Imperator's schedule and route through Britannia is not yet known. Acolyte must trace and follow Imperator's entourage, deliver message at the most opportune moment. Contra hit Acolytus Betha. Status success. Message delivered. Evacuation order. Cavet. Caesar Magnus Maximus has ordered the full withdrawal of imperial troops from the west of Britannia. Now the people of this region grow weary of our presence and wish us gone. Our task here has always been to strike a balance between lawful obedience and revolutionary action in pursuit of human liberty, but we have often been misunderstood, and this has led to resentment and accusations of fanaticism. Enough is enough. I have made the difficult decision to abandon our bureau at Venta Belgarum. All Hidden Ones are hereby ordered to return to our bureaus in Londinium and Camulodunum for further instructions. Magister Marcellus. What does Marcellus Wallace look like? Does he look like a bitch? Then why'd you try to fuck him like one, Brett? What? Cool, so I have all 6 of the codex now. Codex pages. Mr. Epic, those doorposts are still there, by the way. So they still haven't got rid of it. Hey there, Sona. Good evening to you as well. I hope it's going well. Raid, not only that, but the Russian Brotherhood helped the Bolsheviks take over, and according to real history, they killed millions of people. Ah. Yeah, because I'm not too sure about that part of that game story. Because I do remember hearing about the Bolsheviks and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so, you know, there's definitely been instances of the assassins doing wrong. But it's never the whole organization all over the world at once. It's always, you know, these little groups of them that decide to do certain things. And Mitra, another funny thing, but also annoying, was with another challenge in this game. You had to stealthily kill most of the enemies and only a few with poison. You shot a poison arrow near some of them, and they basically started coming all to the poison cloud to investigate. Because of that, you couldn't complete the challenge. Bloody hell. Oh. That would have been extremely frustrating. Okay, so let's read these codex pages, which talk about a visit by Amanet. I really wish that once you collected them, they put them in the actual order that they actually take place in, but whatever game. The Magus Codex, page 1. On a typical day of study and training, as a departure from our usual routine, Master Hakor welcomed a guest to our Alexandrian bureau. A taut woman with a stoic expression, she seemed to be in the later years of her 5th decade. She entered the halls with feathered steps and sat at the head of the room in silence for quite some time, as Master Hakor delivered a vague introduction of this unknown figure. Throughout his speech, the woman never once glanced upon him, but swept her eyes across the acolytes seated before her, among whom I counted myself. When at last Master Hakor stepped aside, the woman stood and opened with a blunt statement. "If nothing is true," she said, "this statement must also be false." The woman left her words hanging in the air. After a long and puzzled silence, a keen acolyte called Magus offered a reply. "The creed itself is an irony. It suggests that the world cannot be broken into truths and falsehoods, facts and fictions." Yes, the woman replied. The world merely is. It exists, and we are but a small part of its wholeness. But to exist is to be true, no? A thing that exists is a thing we call a fact. To exist is to exist, the woman countered. Truths and facts are valuations, acts, not objects. Magus fell silent, and the woman continued. If everything is permitted, who gives this permission? Another silence. Magus opened his mouth, inhaled, and shut it without speaking. We gift this permission to ourselves, the woman said. We are the source of our own purpose. None said a word in reply as the woman looked us over. It seemed that she was neither pleased nor dissatisfied with our silence. Then she began pacing the room, slowly, turning about and looking around our hidden hall with an expression that verged on nostalgia or satisfaction. With this knowledge, she continued, with this understanding comes a great and terrible freedom. The freedom to rise or fall, to live or die, by your own volition. This is why our creed cuts as cleanly as a double-edged sword. You must take this paradox to heart. The success or failure of our brotherhood depends on your willingness to live in the unfeeling emptiness of this world, as if lost in Tartarus, alone and hoping against hope that a door will one day open and let in the light, and that you shall exit, not alone, but with all your brothers and sisters at your side. The woman stopped for a moment to run her hand over a dilapidated stony pillar. She seemed to be reliving an old or half-forgotten memory. I always get chills when I read that. Catching herself, she stepped away and continued. Because they were with you all along, your brothers and sisters, beside you in the shadows, you walked in the darkness in silence, but you were never alone. It would have been so cool if Alex Wilton Reagan, who played Aya/Aminet, was able to do the voice for these. That's the kind of stuff that I'd love to see patched in future versions of this game, but we'll never get it though. Even though she has said in interviews that she has always been willing to do more as the character. So Ubisoft, the ball's in your court, but you're too busy with your quadruple A fantasies to notice. The Magus Codex, page 4. And 3. Stay your blade from the flesh of an innocent. Only those with active malice in their hearts need answer for their cruelty. The unwilling pawns of evil and the bystanders caught in their wake do not deserve the sting of our steel. This is the decree of the Hidden Ones. 3 tenets, together with the creed, to define our path forward. Only these and nothing more. To encumber ourselves further would only dilute our resolve. Here Magus spoke again, most ardently now. Yet if nothing is true, how can we justify such strictures? Should we not be free to pursue our goal in whatever fashion we see fit? You feel this is a fatal irony? The woman asked. I only wonder at the contradiction, Magus said. From what authority do these tenets derive? We are Hidden Ones, a title we gave ourselves, and we gave ourselves a goal, the physical and spiritual liberation of man. These are self-made ambitions. To achieve them, therefore, we need laws to guide us. There is no magic in these words, no appeal to a higher authority. We follow them only because they help us achieve what we ourselves have defined. These laws, they allow us to persist. The effectiveness of any tenet must be judged on the outcome of its practice. She grew silent for a moment, looked at Master Hakor, then back at us. Let it be known and recorded. These are the conclusions of the final synod of the Hidden Ones. There will not be another. Today the shadow falls, now and for all time, to obscure us forevermore. Let our work continue only in the dark. And Mita, you were like, stop coming, please. Yeah, it's like enemies, just go somewhere else. The Magus Codex, page 5. Work in silence from this day forward. Speak not your names, nor the names of your family and friends, for to do so would be a deadly compromise and a useless gesture. Seek not recognition, nor glory, nor compensation for your duty. Seek only the light, however dimly it may flicker upon the horizon. Pausing, the woman smiled slightly. For the first time since her arrival she seemed content. We are Hidden Ones, all of us, forever together in our solitude. May it ever be so. She stopped there, gave a slight nod, and turned and strode towards the exit at the back of the hall, making no sound as she went. The room stayed silent for a time until Master Hakor broke the peace by urging us to our afternoon studies. Euclid was the subject of this day, and amid a rustle of scrolls the acolytes set to work. Some hours later I found myself in the garden outside the tomb of Alexander Rex, enjoying a bowl of dates and thinking on the lessons of the day and of the woman who had given us so much to ponder. So deep in thought was I that I did not notice the arrival of Magus, who startled me with a touch on the shoulder. "Quite a day, was it not," he said, excitedly, "to be visited by such a one?" Mistaking my inquiring expression for censure, Magus waved his hands before him. I know, he said. "Glory and recognition are frowned upon. Our anonymity is our weapon, but allow me this one moment of glee, for to meet one of our founders, the woman who ended the Ptolemies no less, it is not a chance we shall have again." "A founder," I repeated, "of the hidden ones?" "Her? Yes, oh yes," Magus said. "Her true name is lost to the living, as are the names of all our first hidden ones. A testament to their devotion, I suppose. But a woman this coloured and stained by history cannot live invisible in her own time. She has seen the blood of Caesar, the tears of Cleopatra, and the wrath of Imperator Augustus no less." Magus leaned in close so that only amid the drifting bees and butterflies would hear. "She would kill me for speaking her name, but I'll say it. Amenet, they called her a long time ago, and today for a moment she lived not in memory but in flesh. As for the rest, they are gone, and happier for it, I think." Ever since the reveal of Amenet in Assassin's Creed Origins, people have been like, well, in that case then, how come we know of Amenet's name and we don't know of Bayek's name? How come Bayek doesn't get a statue? It's because Bayek was able to go through the rest of his life as a hidden one without the wider public and without every assassin in the entire order knowing who he was. Yet, it was different with Amenet. And these codex pages just further cement the fact that Amenet gets a statue because she was more known to the assassins in Ezio's grandfather's time than Bayek was. Mr. Epic, you like this more, for if nothing is true, then why believe anything? And if everything is permitted, why not chase every desire? Yeah, that's another great quote too. Yeah, from Black Flag. That's what Edward asks of Artabai, you know. And that's the thing, you know, it's like there are sort of like, you know, these questions, and that's why it's important to remember that it's not supposed to be taken literally either as well. If I tell you that I'm talking to you right now, it's the truth, right? Because you can hear my voice and I'm directly talking, you know, and I'm saying these words. But if you were to go away from this stream and just say, yeah, I watched this stream and the streamer said this, is that person supposed to just believe you straight away? No, they should be like, oh, I wonder if they actually did say these things, you know. So it's like, keep an open mind, always question, and even if something seems obvious, you know, look beyond that and see if there's more to it, you know. That's one of the great things about a lot of these quotes from Assassin's Creed, you know, about the Creed, is really, really cool. Exactly, in Mita, yeah, he chose to stay hidden. Now, granted, William Miles, when he speaks to Layla in Origins, says that they've been looking for stuff about Bayek for a long time. But just because a few know of Bayek doesn't mean that every assassin does, you know. So we don't know what research William Miles might have done, you know, to actually find that information out. Because when he meets Layla, he hasn't seen the memories that she's seen. So Layla knows of Bayek, obviously. And she's got information on her laptop, I think, but yeah. Right, why indeed? You think a better way of interpreting nothing is true is you can only be correct enough. Well, I guess to a point, but then that kind of negates any kind of like thing where it's like you still need to be of the mind that what you're being told could actually be a lie, even if it sounds true. You know, the actual thinking that it might be a lie doesn't mean that the person is necessarily lying, but to be open enough to question, you know. And you can only sort of like, it's like with Malik in Assassin's Creed 1, you know, where he tells Altair that you can't know anything, you can only suspect, you know, and that. So it's good to do that as well. but you can definitely be correct to a fullest point about things. Like if I told you that you're hearing my voice right now, that's true. You know, it's my voice that you're hearing. But now, you're hearing my only impression. Okay, so we've got that. We'll give the codex pages to Hytham, but he'll talk about something else, I think, too.
I'm grateful to see Basim returned. There's so much more I wish to learn from him. Ah, here is something for you. An odd letter arrived a few days ago, signed by one calling himself...
A poor fellow soldier of Christ.
That's right. Someone you know.
Not by sight, but this soldier has intimate knowledge of the Order. He's the reason I have found them so easily in the cities.
The letter says you must travel to Winchester, visit God's house and look for a man in white. Then recite this passage. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom.
All right. I'll speak with Randvi. Get a fuller picture of all this.
Do you need something?
Hytham, I have the codex pages you asked for. 6 in total.
Ah, wonderful. We have so little writing from the original Hidden Ones. This will grow our understanding immeasurably. These documents may have been inked by the founders of the Hidden Ones, in fact. But their names are unknown to us. Lost to history. A deliberate choice on their part, I think. I'm hoping these documents shed some light on that mystery.
I could not say. They're written in a language I do not understand.
You know, the black market merchant Reda has an old piece of writing from the same era as the codex pages you found. Speak with him if you are curious to see it.
Indeed. In Meta, he basically created and then Aya expanded it. Since she brought the Brotherhood to Rome, that is why she's known as the creator. Yeah, although I'd probably say that Bayek and Aya actually both together created. Or at least, you know...
Where did the others go?
Yeah, they're the ones, you know, that sort of like came together as two and then, you know, basically were like, yeah. But you're right, though, you know, she did bring the Brotherhood to Rome and expanded things beyond just in Egypt. Hey there, Schiller. I'm doing really good, thank you, dude. We're just about to hear the awesome voice of Abubakar Salim as Bayek again. How's things going with you, dude?
Salutations!
Reda, Hytham says you have an old piece of writing from the early Hidden Ones.
Oh, that old scrap? Yes, it's just a short letter from one hidden one to another. One of my rarest artifacts.
How did it find its way to you?
A friend gave it to me for safekeeping. Bayek was his name. Egyptian fellow. Very kind. Haven't seen him in a long time. A very long time. Anyway, the letter is written in Demotic, so it may not mean much to you, but you're free to have a look.
Schiller, you're going good. You just got home. Oh, excellent, Schiller. That's great, dude. I'm glad to hear that. As I was saying before, it would have been great if they got Alex Wilton Reagan, who played Amunet, to actually voice the codex pages of her dialogue and stuff. So we did actually get Abubakar Salim, who played Bayek. They actually got him to do this small little cameo, but he put so much passion into this that you would think he recorded it when they were doing dialogue for Origins. But I just really love this letter, and it sort of lets you know how Bayek and Aya were feeling, you know, towards the end. You know, we see them in the main game as husband and wife. You know, they're in love with each other. They lose their son, you know, and they still love each other, and at the end of the game, they sacrifice their marriage for the greater good to ensure that the Hidden Ones can, you know, flourish. And then in the Hidden Ones DLC in Origins, we see that they still really love each other, but they still have to, you know, put the Creed and the Hidden Ones above that and sacrifice that further as well. So this letter further solidifies, especially how Bayek still loves Armanet.
A warning, my beloved. I have heard numerous tales now of a secret codex circulating among the acolytes of our bureaus, both within and without the Empire of Augustus, called the Magus Codex. It names you directly as one of the founders of the Hidden Ones, apart from putting your life in danger. It flies in the face of what we have tried to achieve with our brotherhood. We are justice seekers who shun the light of praise for our good works, and who must live in the shadows of our triumphs. Should you see any pages of this codex, I advise you to destroy them. Keep the dream of our Hidden Ones alive. Now, I am not so naive to think this will be a simple task. Few men and women are suited to keeping such secrets for so long. And it may be that we will fail in the end, but we will have failed in the name of righteousness. Take care, my love. My Iset. My northern star. Even in my waning years, I am ever your Osiris. Let our Horus live on beyond us. I think of you often, my jewel. At sunrise and twilight. At new moon and full, when the rain falls and the breath of a moon rides across my neck. I remember you kissing me. Just there, and I will take that feeling to my tomb.
Right, fun fact, if Eivor wears a mask while reading the letter, Bayek's voice is muffled. I guess it's because the voice is coming from Eivor. That's true, they've probably done a trick like in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood where when Ezio is meeting Leonardo again, there's a cardboard box and you hear the dialogue of Leonardo going, "Psst, hey, here," you know. And if you actually look at Ezio's face, they've assigned that audio to Ezio's character model, so his mouth movements are actually happening. Mr. Epic, Ubisoft be like, here is a cameo of a game you really like, a sequel of, but won't get, Evil Laugh. Exactly, Mr. Epic, you know. But yeah, thanks to Odyssey, we didn't get the sequel to Origins. That would have been cool to get. It meets us such passion. Absolutely. It's such a great thing, you know. And the other thing is, too, in Origins in present time, in the cave that Layla is in the Kotara Depression, we see that they were actually buried together. So people who, you know, were family, I guess, or were, you know, husband and wife, were buried together, not separately. So there we go. That's that done for those who care. So now that I've done that, we're going to be doing the Winchester story arc now.
A new letter.
Just want to check what this letter is. Read Vili's letter. Vili.
I want to see the Alliance map.
Raid, you got to wonder who buried them together, since you doubt any of the other Hidden Ones knew that they were married. Not too sure, Raid, to be honest. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that, you know, falls under not necessary to know, because, like, otherwise you have to detail every single day of every single month of every single year leading up to that event to explain why things happened, you know. I think sometimes it's just enough to know where something ended up and not necessarily how it got there. And me too, if you hear Redder talk to the kids, he will say that they reunited. That's right, yeah. Like, I know that he talks to them about that story and stuff, but yeah, I forgot that he mentions that they reunited as well. But in any case, the fact that they're buried together, and how, you know, all that comes together, I'd definitely say it's a strong chance that they did end up together.
Hytham received a message from Winchester, from someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Your hidden ally. Very interesting. More targets, I assume.
Yes. So what do you think? Could it be a trap?
As a West Saxon stronghold, Winchester will be a rather unwelcome place for you. But that is nothing you cannot handle. If you go, do not go boldly.
I'll make my way to Winchester. The letter asked me to meet a man in white at a house of God, and then recite this phrase. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom.
A passage from their holy book, I believe. Interesting. Go with care.
The seat of King Alfred's power, where hawkshit stains my boots. I will find the man in white in their god's house. This must be the house of their timid god. They built him a rich dwelling.
Mr. Epic, you don't blame Odyssey, it was made by a different dev studio. You blame Valhalla because that game was made by the devs of Origins. That's why I didn't expect such a mess of a game. You're thinking when it released what happened to the talent that made the beautiful Origins game. I mean, there's also other factors too, like the higher-ups at Ubisoft who actually dictate to the studios what they can and cannot do, and stuff like that as well. And the thing about Odyssey is it introduced several gameplay elements that Ubisoft most likely wanted Valhalla and other games afterwards to include as well. That's why we see things like having 50 targets to kill on the map, because they wanted to have something similar to the cultists in Odyssey. Just to use it like one example as well. But the other thing is too, like, even a team who did something great can potentially do something bad as well, you know. But there's definitely a lot of things that Odyssey did that meant things had to be done a certain way in Valhalla to fix what Odyssey ruined. Right, so here's your rant of the day. Stalker 2 got delayed again. This is the 7th time it's been delayed. You're not annoyed or anything. After all, it's not like it was supposed to come out over 2 years ago. That is so crazy, Raid. Especially if there's a game that you're really looking forward to as well, and it keeps on getting delayed and delayed over and over again. Shilla, you wished AC would only be developed by one studio with one lore master to keep it all together. This is true, Shilla, yeah. It'll definitely make things a lot easier. Some might say, well, that restricts creativity, doesn't it? It's like, well, not necessarily. If I'm doing a show about someone who is investigating a murder, and there's been zero supernatural anything in the entire series for 10 years, and then someone comes along and says, let's make it that this person's actually a ghost this whole time. It's like, great. 10 years worth of a show, and now you're just saying that the person was a ghost the whole time, you know? Is that expressing some form of creativity? Yes, but does it actually fit the 10 years of the show not being anything related to the supernatural? In my example I've come up with, no. You know, so you can still be creative within the boundaries of stuff. A lot of stuff has been great because of the boundaries that were imposed on the people working on the project, and it allowed them to actually think outside the box and come up with things. Even, you know, things as simple as Silent Hill 1, for example, the fog. Draw distance on PS1 was very, very minimal. So what do? They decided, hey, how about we make it all foggy to hide the seams in the distance, you know? The boundary was the technology at the time. What was the creative thinking? Let's actually come up with a way creatively to make something happen which actually fits the aesthetic that we're going for. That means we don't have to, compromise and stuff like that. So you can actually be very creative with stuff, even when you have boundaries within which to work as well. And in a long-running series like Assassin's Creed, for example, there's so much stuff that needs to be adhered to that can get thrown out because some person decided it didn't match what they wanted to do.
The Lord takes the best of us to sit beside him.
Bishop Aelfirth? He is not with God. He is locked in the flaming crypt where all heretics go.
Hush, don't hear you.
Mr. Epic Raid, didn't they have trouble because of the war with Russia because weren't the devs from Ukraine? Yeah, I think there was something with that as well. But I'm not too sure though. I don't know too much about that game's development or anything.
Even the mighty fall, and God's servant, the Bishop Aelfirth, was mighty indeed in defense of his God. He was a man of surpassing vigor, well versed in the Bible, quick of wit, oxen strong, meek as a lamb. But God called Aelfirth to sit beside him, and Aelfirth answered, his body gone to earth, and his sister weeping, mourning a lord far known and beloved. I give praise to such a man, to keepsake his memory. Requiem aeternam dona ei, Domine, et lux perpetua luceat, ei requiescat in pace. Amen.
Resi devs have died, yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, there's always behind so many, companies and also, people who are employed, there's, real shit that goes on too that comes into play.
A Dane treads the cobbles of God's house, in search of Christ's redemption, I hope.
Your Christ can wait his turn. It's you I've come to see.
Is that so?
When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom. You know these words, and you know why I speak them.
I do, but I am not yet satisfied that you are the one for the task ahead. As Jesus said unto Thomas, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Speak the deeds of Christ in order. Only then will you cometh unto my Lord.
If I must dance to your tune, tell me where to step.
In books one may find such wisdom. We had many in England, before the Danes burned our churches. A few yet remain nearby. Or perhaps a more pious soul in need of charity will reward you with a lesson.
I have nothing for you now, but I will return. He rose from the dead. A nice trick, and not easily done. He bathed in the river, so a gentle wash brings them closer to their god. Their god brings them light, just as Baldur does. Light as bright as the summer sun.
Speak the deeds of Christ in order.
Rosie Danes. How's things going, Rosie? Raid, you are Norse, are you not? No, I'm Australian, mate. I know you weren't asking me. I just thought it'd be silly.
On the mountain, his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration.
God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River, he was cleansed of all sin.
His baptism.
The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead.
His resurrection. Thou art weighed in the balances, and found wanting. Perhaps you should try again. Speak his story. In order.
Fuck your order. Gee, the fucking bullshit that they want you to do in this questline.
God breathed
his baptism.
On the mountain.
His
The women came with offerings.
His resurrection. And Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness. Well spoken.
Are the riddles done?
That is not for me to decide, for I am not the one who summoned you. If you follow, I will lead you to him.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme. Just kidding. Hey there, Lucas. Welcome. Yeah, fuck your order. Don't want it.
I solved your riddle. Now all I get is silence. Who am I to meet?
Shh. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise.
Yet men become wise by speaking with other men. They grow foolish when keeping to silence.
Hush! Your prattling offends God's ears. We're here.
May Christ, whose terror scares away the foul throngs, make with me a strong covenant. Was God's lesson instructive?
I learned that my gods and yours inspire tales of equal amusement. They make me howl with laughter.
A dull answer, but a battle-blunted axe may yet be sharpened.
Do all the priests in Winchester have this same skill for drama? You risk your life, Alfred King.
I have invited you here to speak on equal terms. Do the Dane laws of hospitality not apply in Wessex?
You gifted my Jarl to that whelp from the Order of Ancients, the warrior Fulke.
Fulke was an enemy of Wessex. But it seems someone has already removed her threat from my lands.
If you did not hear it was me, you have now.
Impressive. The Order of Ancients has surely been crippled by her loss.
How much do you know of this order?
Only this and little more. This letter, signed by one who calls himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ, warns of a plot against my life.
The gallows, the quill, the Sikhs, free men eager to kill you.
2 now. The Bishop Aelfirth is dead. He was the Sikhs, so far as I can tell.
And a humble servant of your god. That must sting.
Still, his death has strengthened Christian fellowship in Winchester. I pray the deaths of his colleagues will do the same.
Raid, can we not just splatter the walls with his brains? Unfortunately not, no. He's protected by the AI of this game's programming. Dr. Darling, damned audio desync ruining the scene. Yeah, can't be helped, unfortunately. The only way I can help it is to end the stream, and I don't feel like doing that because I don't want the streams to be split in the middle of a story arc. But yeah, it is annoying. It'll probably happen with Mirage too, I imagine. It's only happened with the later Assassin's Creed games on PS5. Mr. Epic, oh my god, the big reveal. You didn't see that coming? Did you? Did you? Oh, did you already know that before? Yeah, I wasn't even thinking in those terms. So when he turned out to be the one, I was like, oh, interesting. Right? It's not that out of sync. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit that you can tell, but thankfully it's not like, the dialogue happens, a minute after we saw the mouth movement or the other way around. But still, it is very annoying that something like that happens.
You have faced warriors like me many times before, and many times you have lost or been cheated. Why trust me now?
I have men in London and Jorvik. Men who send me reports on the rise and fall of the tides of war. Not long ago, men and women of some influence were murdered in those places. In oddly specific circumstances. When I received this letter from our poor fellow soldier, it did not take long to work out why. I don't know your motive, nor what you hope to gain. All I ask is that you finish the work you have begun, before these fallen souls infest England further.
I should let the Order kill you. It would speed our conquest of England.
You may remove the organs of state. The cancer will remain.
Then promise me a reward I can sing about. A healthy king's weight in silver.
Very well. As much as you can carry. This morning, my reeve, Goodwin, was not at his post.
A man you trust?
Goodwin was following the clues given in this letter when he disappeared.
Where was he last seen?
At his house, by the west gate. You may find something there. Eivor, compose yourself while you are my guest. My city is not a battlefield.
Not yet, Great King, but the day will come.
Mr. Epic, like seriously, when you played it, you kept thinking, don't make it be so simple as him being it, but just like the bugs, it never fails to ruin your day. You expected more, you guess. Yeah, that's definitely fair. But yeah, I didn't have any sort of, thinking that he might be the head.
I need to find this reeve, Goodwin.
But definitely when you finish the game's story and you also read those documents talking about certain things and all that kind of stuff, it makes sense that he would be the head of the Order of the Ancients, because that's a great way to get rid of the remaining Order members. Since he's the last one, it means that he can be the one to decide that the Order of the Ancients end forever. But they end so that he can put in motion plans for another to rise up, one that is more centric on, one that is more Christian and God-centric, hence the Templars. The thing about the Templars in the AC series is they have never come out and said that the year in which the Templars in real life became a thing is the same year in the AC series where they became a thing. So there is leeway for the Templars to have actually been formed in the AC universe earlier than in real life. So, I don't think it's that much of a stretch to imagine that the Templars in the AC series universe could have actually existed earlier than the real life version had. Reg, you said him the leader of the Order because he definitely comes across as that way in the cinematic trailer. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I guess if you take that into consideration. Although at the time when I was first playing this game, I wasn't thinking in those terms. Usually when it comes to a game or a movie, especially one that has a twist in it, I very rarely predict the twist before it happens, because I'm so engrossed usually in what's going on in the story that I just don't notice.
You are a thief and a swindler! Give me the jewel Alfred commissioned!
Because if you saw Vikings, you would know that Alfred is a big follower of God and was baptized by the Pope at a younger age. Yeah. I mean, even with that sort of thing in, I don't know if I would have guessed, me personally, that he was the head of the Order of the Ancients.
That Selwyn's got some stones on him arresting Alfred's man. Who rules in Winchester anyway? Is Alfred king or not?
Well, you ain't, that's for sure. So keep your mouth shut and do as you're told.
Shut your mouth, yeah? Unless you want yours to rot off in the keep.
Goodwin gone, and guards sniffing around. So where would they have taken him?
Ah!
Papers thrown on the fire. Goodwin covering his tracks, or the guards destroying evidence.
Right, technically Alfred's group wasn't the Templars. They were called the Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ. They only reorganized themselves into the Templars during the Crusades. Yeah, I know that he didn't create the Templars himself, but I'm just saying that because the series didn't say that the Templars started the same year that they did in real life, that it means that the Templars could begin earlier than that point, but the Templars don't exist the day after Alfred basically cancels the whole Order of the Ancients out, of course. But his decisions open the way for eventually whoever is the one that comes up with the decision to make the Templars.
Broken bowls, food scattered. They took him by force. There must be a garrison in the city. A violent struggle with the guards. They must have taken him to Winchester's garrison.
I'll wear your guts as a hat! Give me Alfred!
Someone disagrees with Alfred educating the people of Winchester.
Hey, Anmita, welcome back. You're on your work break? Excellent. Well, I hope you had a good break. Rosie, how do you one-shot like that? You thought they removed that. Do you mean the chain assassinate? Or do you mean the QTE that appears? It was good, but quite short. Only 15 minutes. Oh, really? That is pretty short. Like, you know, would have been good if we were able to have like half an hour. But yeah, there's an option in the options to make guaranteed assassination a thing or not, which I've got turned off. So when I've got the skill unlocked to be able to assassinate higher level targets, the QTE appears. Whereas if you have that and the assassination, the guaranteed assassination turned on, then that QTE won't pop up.
Hey! Suffer!
Spread out! I'll get to the bell!
Your time has come!
Out of options.
Hey, hold on. You're mine!
God won't let us lose.
Pagan Reavers! Prepare yourself for the love of God!
Put an arrow in the dog.
In meter, just enough to go outside and get some air. Oh yeah, which is definitely great to be able to do as well.
Sunan, guide me. The prisoners might know something.
Felling trees, chiseling rock from the earth, and for what? To build more prisons for men who steal apples.
I was starving. My baby son close to death. Would you not steal to save your child?
I am looking for the Reeve.
Selwyn? That bastard said I stole an apple. He'll see me hang for it.
Not Selwyn, Reeve Goodwin. Was arrested not long ago.
Alfred's man? Arrested? Now that's as funny as a dose of the pox. Seems no one is free in Winchester.
Mr. Epic, now if we're talking about a good reveal, one game that left a good impact was The Witcher 3, Geralt finding Ciri, but she appears dead, which made Geralt really upset until Ciri went alive again. Man, that was an amazing scene. There's definitely a lot of great moments in Witcher 3, some of which I remember, but others not so much because I've only played it once so far, and that was a couple of years ago, maybe a little bit more now. But I do remember some great moments too, like having the snowball fight and stuff between Geralt and Ciri. Vesemir being killed and Ciri just absolutely, letting loose in, pain, anger and sadness, So many great moments. In Mita, the only game that made you cry. And of course, it was the moment in the Isle of Mists. Oh yeah. There's definitely a lot of stuff that can have a great effect. Hey Lucinda, good morning. How's your day going so far? Valhalla is going well. I got the codex pages and we heard we heard Bayek read the letter that Reda had. And so now we're working on the Winchester story arc where we meet King Alfred. And he tells us that his Reeve has been captured. And then in tomorrow's stream, I'll be doing the Asgard and Jotunheim stuff. And then on Monday, I'll be doing the rest of the game.
What do you see?
Well, the Animus anomalies, and then actually the Animus, the Asgard and Jotunheim stuff, and then the Animus anomalies. Mr. Epic, how's a dose of pox funny? It was deadly in that time. Yeah, I didn't know the joke either, to be honest. Definitely wasn't something you would want to get, I don't think. Soundtracks in The Witcher 3 were also so amazing, such a good vibe. Absolutely.
Thick walls and thicker guards. A place to keep a valuable man.
Great music, and I really like the story a lot, and the formula was perfected that they had started with Witcher 1. Listen, you're doing alright. You had an exhausting day at work yesterday. So you went to bed early, but work at 4:30 a.m. So you'll probably be tired later. Oh no. Sorry to hear that you had an exhausting day at work yesterday as well, you know, on top of everything. And waking up that early? Ugh. Hoping you hear back about this job today, your brain is tired. Oh, it would be great, Lucinda, if you did. Because it would be really good to know. Be able to put your mind at ease with a lot of stuff too, because then you know for sure something is one way or the other.
What see you, old friend?
A Dane in Winchester. These are strange times.
King Alfred sent me, pleading from his bended knee to find someone.
I know Alfred well enough to spot a bloody lie when I hear it. If he did send you, he was standing tall and proud.
That he was, and you are the man I've come to find, Goodwin. Do you know why?
If I had one guess, to find these heretics from the Order of Ancients, and bury them so deep, even God would need a shovel.
So where do we start digging?
My research should help us. If they haven't burned it already, it'll be somewhere nearby.
I will find your research. Now go, before they find their wolf has fled his cage.
Let's regroup beyond the walls!
Yeah, listen to this Reeve guy. This Reeve Goodwin is a fucking piece of shit. What is this on Eivor's back? That is the thing for the arrows, I think. Or the bow, or something like that. Because we got the hood on all the time, it sort of covers over it, I think. Raid, bury them so deep even God would need a shovel. Clever. Yeah, it is pretty clever. The wording on it and everything. Oh yeah, definitely don't blame me for thinking it looked weird, Lucinda, that's for sure. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw it like that, I had to do a bit of a double take. I was like, what the hell?
Goodwin's research against the Order of Ancients.
Mr. Ebby, you'll never forget the la 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 la. Yeah, combat music in The Witcher 3. Yeah, as many a time I've looked for looped versions of that on YouTube and just listened to it for, you know, probably 20 minutes or so.
I am grateful for your help.
It's a brazen move to arrest Alfred's favored Reeve.
This so-called order are nothing but deviled shit peddlers.
Shit peddlers who have wormed their way into every crevasse of your country. They're dangerous.
I didn't catch your name, did I?
Eivor of the Raven Clan. Scourge of Mercia, if that name doesn't rattle some recognition.
Well, Eivor, when our three heretics smolder on a heap of ash, we'll down a cup of ale together and share our distaste of Mercians like old friends.
Alfred believes at least one is dead. Your Bishop Aelfirth was the Sikhs.
Bugger. Half of Winchester is in mourning for that nun-groper.
I found this nailed on a door. The quill wields words like a knife.
A disputation of tutelage. Pretty chatter with poisoned intent. I will look into this more.
The gallows? What do you know of him?
Must be another Reeve, I'm sure of it. Only we have the power to mete out justice, and this one would walk with cocksure righteousness.
The gallows had you arrested, so he must command the law.
Reeve Selwyn? Of course. That hedge pig has brought down laws like a hammer on Winchester, executing sinners on spurious charges in the square.
Could it be another?
He's the man. He's the only one who fits. End his terror, Eivor.
Winchester mourns a good bishop and a strong, virile man. May he find his peace with God.
Max!
For I'm a leaf. What?
Good people of Winchester, open your eyes. See how Alfred's lofty ideals are weighed down in this mire of human effluence. These prisoners before you do not live by Alfred's laws. They live above them. They wallow in shit, only guided by their own perversity. Hubert here, his wits addled by ale, spoke false of Bishop Aelfirth, our pious servant of Winchester, who even now lies cold in his grave shroud.
Aelfirth was no man of God. He'll burn for his sins.
Your wife is a baying shrew, Hubert. Is there a man here who has not supped rancid mead from her cup?
When will your work be done, Selwyn? When all of Winchester falls to your justice?
Winchester has passed judgment, Hubert. May God have mercy on your cankerous soul.
There are rats in the grain store, and Alfred has set the traps. You cannot steal and be welcome at our hearts. You cannot slander and keep your tongue. You cannot walk freely through our streets, mocking our laws, our king's edicts. And so I ask, who has the right to determine the fate of the perverse if not the goodly people of Winchester? I am but your humble servant.
Perverter of justice. Who dares execute the king's noose?
It is not in Alfred's name that you carry out your work. You are the Order's executioner.
You peer through the veil, but you do not see clearly. Aelfred's laws are a slave's fever dream. He offers shit-soaked beggars a seat at his table, where the meek devour the strong. Who best to judge the fate of the wretched many, if not the strong and worthy few?
To protect your people, you must sheathe your hand in an iron glove.
You grind your heels into the backs of freed men, not those who deserve it.
The Order condemns all men to pain. For all men are but a shadow of the perfection we should know. The perfection of the Ancient Ones.
You are only a man, Reed. One dead branch on a fast-dying tree.
You're dead. Dead! Hey, what? Try to flank! Get back here, coward! Master Paul!
I should meet with Goodwin, see what he has found on the quill.
There was no more freedom in Winchester.
None are safe.
Raid, it really is a shame that female Eivor is the canon one, because male Eivor's voice is so much more pleasant to listen to. Yeah, I like both actually. I don't have any problems with either, to be honest. But it's understandable if people do, because especially if you're playing as a main character, if their voice annoys you, it can also ruin the game experience for you. Mr. Epic, all three of them have the same hair. Lazy. Yeah. Yeah, you think there would be, like, you know, more hairstyles that they would choose from to have characters wear. Raid asks, this is the guy who inspired Marjadin. Yeah, another reference to Assassin's Creed 1 in this game. Rosie, thank God the mission is to kill that guy. Yeah, we got rid of him. He's all dead now. Mr. Epic, also another child with Cassandra hair. That's true. Yeah. Stan, no, don't kill him. He's doing this all for the greater good. The greater good. I'm sorry, Stan, but the game made me do it. How's it going, Stan? Welcome. Rosie, well, he gets murdered and he's like, how dare you do that? I was having a good time. Why murder me for? Mr. Epic, you don't know who the head dev was for this game, but it was like, hey, I'm lazy, so I'll just copy and paste. Yeah, that's it. You know, it's like, It's like there are multiple different ways you can have hairstyles, you know. We'll probably see the same in Shadows, I'd say, as well.
Cast about this land, my friend.
A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Does Magister Batter not teach you the scriptures?
Magister Batter is a horse's dangles.
And here is the axe I used to swat a fly.
You have ventured from your burrow.
And you have plunged my city into chaos. I had hoped you would use the lessons of your subtler gods.
We have no subtle gods.
If the gallows is truly dead, perhaps we can allow cautious revelry?
Actually, you don't get why they have to implement a choice of gender in the AC games. Lore-wise, you discover the life of someone else that has lived, so there's nothing to change. And for you, it doesn't matter if you play a female or male character. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely certain elements of these games where you're dealing with things that have actually already happened. So a thing like dialogue choice shouldn't actually be a thing. And the thing about this game is, if they wanted female Eivor to be canon from the start, then just have female Eivor. You know what I mean? They could still just have female Eivor, and then when she's experiencing memories of Odin, have a different character model, you know. So they could have done it that way as well. Mr. Epic, if a kid really said that in that time about a Magister, they will get slapped. Maybe, Mr. Epic, yeah. But yeah, that line that she says feels so out of place.
It may be I should take my Dane guild now. Leave you to the snakes that remain.
Forgive my outburst. God sowed in me a passion, but English prose is an instrument long out of tune.
We all want better for our people, don't we, Eivor? Yours and ours.
The quill remains. What do we know?
The decay of learning has been gentle in Wessex. We enjoy the office of wise men, but we have neglected the study of wisdom.
The quill preys on this lapse.
Did you discover more from the writings I found?
I did. The quill is calling the children of Winchester to arms. Now we know why so many children scurry through the streets. Feral and untutored.
I can talk to some, see where they lead me.
Good. Find me at the alehouse when you're done. And try not to scare the piss from any of them.
We Norse are the monsters of your Saxon mother's bedtime tales. I promise nothing. I see you, child. Come.
The bad Reeve, Selwyn. I saw you punish him in the square.
He hurt many people.
Yes. He hurt my mother to death. Then took her good luck charm. Perhaps you found it? A little carved tree. It is all I have to remember her by.
I found no charm, lucky or otherwise.
A bit of silver then? For my troubles.
It wouldn't have the same value, would it?
You ugly Dane! May God curse you with boils on your face!
Spry little mouse, will you lead me to your quill?
Heaven will swallow the smoke of Aelfred's pyre.
Very poetic. But he's going to be buried in the grounds of the Minster.
Ah, now we can always pay our respects.
If you say so.
You going okay, Stan? Oh, that's good to hear. I'm doing well myself. Things are going good. It's Trebek Ubisoft be like, a horse's dangles. Look, guys, look, she made it funny. It's, yeah. Stan rude. Very rude. Like, come on. Lucinda, why are you so mean? Exactly. Admit, do you think Eivor says that she isn't a Dane only twice in the entire game? She almost never corrects them. That's true, yeah. There are some moments where she does correct, but other times not.
Get off me, you oaf!
Stop struggling and give back that apple.
Jump, little flea! Jump, flea, jump!
Stealing apples, eh?
Fruit don't feed a grown boy. Do you have any chicken?
I don't, but maybe you can tell me what you know of the quill.
The quill? God blimey, you're brave. Find Alwyn and Wigbert. They see everything. Stop it, you darling! If he falls, God will punish you!
Stretch your wings, Sunan.
If he falls, God will punish you! That way, Motan Selan Aplas from...
Godspeed! You'll set Winchester ablaze!
Roly-poly mutton man, you can't catch me!
Oh, God help me. I'd rather be shoveling dung in Malvern again.
Mr. Epic, whenever you broke glass like that, you thought that would cost a lot in that time? Glass like that wasn't really made in that time. It wasn't easily made in that time. Yeah, a lot of time and effort would have been put into it. Like, that would have been a big loss of money, you know? Shirley would love if she takes her axe and hit it into a tree or something and says, next time you call me Dane, this tree is your neck. Now, that would have been a really cool moment, actually, Schiller, if that had happened. Stained glass, no less. That's true. Yeah, that would have cost a lot more than just normal glass too.
Mind your own beeswax.
Elwyn, is it? You wield fire like the flaming Jotnar.
It was burning when I found it. Hot days like this, things just go whoosh. Well? Oi! Wigbert! You great moon calf.
Hand it over, Alwyn. We saw your little shadow take it. What you looking at?
I'm not sure. Looks like an old lady's been rolling in shit with all the other ugly sows. Harken a dress, maybe?
Stray dogs will be kicked.
Trouble seems to follow you.
And I wriggle out of it like a slippery eel. Why are you following me?
I'm looking for the quill. So I'm asking you, his little worker bees.
Us? Working for the Quill? Shows what you know.
Is that so?
I am innocent as a lamb. They were the Quill's thugs and you killed them. Wouldn't want to be in your boots.
It sounds like you owe me your life.
This one's brave and strong. Might be able to help us.
So you're not working for the Quill?
We steal to stay alive and out of the Quill's clutches.
But you know where I can find him.
They come up from the sewers like rats. Go on, give her what you took. Maybe she can save us. Good luck, Dane. Try not to get maimed and all that.
Mr. Epic, didn't only royalty and churches have that in that time? I wouldn't be surprised if it was only them. If it was something that was very expensive, I definitely doubt commoners would have been able to have it. Yeah, Lucinda, I was thinking that actually. Wrecked. That first enemy of the two anyway. Rosie, what a comeback. Oh yeah. There's definitely some funny dialogue options if you choose the start a fight with the character.
Have a look, Sunan.
Lucas, damn moo calf. What a powerful insult. Yeah, Lucinda, I was hoping the second enemy would actually land on that brazier, but it just wouldn't.
I should watch out for a mousetrap.
Mr. Epic, I shall now use all my power. Fast fire. I really do like having that ability. Well, it's more like a rune ability.
I didn't get nothing today.
I like the pretty things, but Magister Batter says stealing is wrong. I'm going to marry King Alfred, and he's going to whisk me away from all this toil. Everyone died, and left me alone on the streets.
There's never enough food. I'm always starving.
Do you believe in souls? A part of us that lives on with God after we die? Bishop Aelfirth's passing has made me wonder.
Now, Elwyn. Few have the wit that you and I possess. Most see the world in simpler terms, where we are the weaker sex.
A broodmare who preys on innocence and you brag about strength.
How little you know. Defend your mistress! Aelfirth, may your roof shield me.
heads of flesh. You can't beat me!
Oh, cool. I actually killed the target just by having the flame and stuff from my fighting killer.
Rend you, meat!
Raid, 2 windmills are standing on a wind farm. One asks, "What's your favorite type of music?" The other says, "I'm a big metal fan." Very good. Mr. Epic, a thief be like, "If stealing is wrong, I don't want to be right." That might be their motto. Dimwetayan. Dimwetayan. Didn't guess the quills. A sheer. Thank you, Sheila, for redeeming that as an Arnie impression. Thank you very much, dude. Hey, hey there, Oz Jim. Good evening to you as well. How's things going, dude? Pretty much. Only have, after this story arc's done, I've only got 4 story arcs, and then I've got the Animus Anomalies to do. So getting closer to finishing the game. It'll probably take me 2 more streams. Tomorrow's stream and Monday to actually get it done.
Come, child. Whisper what you've learned, and Mother will give you a treat.
Coward! Using children to spy and steal for your order.
To educate them. Give me a child until he is 7, and I will give you the man. Or woman. What use are letters when a child can only write his name in pig shit? Or wisdom in a woman when she cannot wield it beyond her hearth? I taught little Alwyn so much more. Saved her from a life less worthy. She will find enlightenment in the Order, just as I did. If I could save them all, I would.
But you can't. You have corrupted too many to save too few.
My order is the only way forward. It can quench our thirst for knowledge. If only Alfred's slave faith is defeated. And what would you sacrifice for infinite knowledge?
An immeasurable gift. Why refuse it?
Not their innocence.
A pity. Non requiescat in pace.
Goodwin said to meet him at an alehouse nearby.
I was Jim, and then what you're playing. So the game to replace this will be Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'll be doing a stealth challenge with some additional restrictions on what I can and can't do as well. Because there's no, like, you know, mission restart function, if I mess up, I have to reload the save that I'll make at the start of the chapter or the quest. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I haven't done a challenge playthrough with that game yet. Well, I mean, I did the permadeath mode, but that wasn't much of a challenge necessarily because I played it on easy, just so I could do it in a short amount of time for content for the channel. But this will be the first time doing an actual challenge that has rules where it's like my self-imposed rules, I guess.
Oh, don't have no. What those things?
I did one with this game last year, and I'll never again because it was so excruciatingly annoying that doing it once with this game is enough.
Looking for drinking to be done! Who's with me?
Hey, you can put the prompt on the screen anytime, game.
Eivor!
Is this where Justice hides when she's tired?
Hides? Splood, no. This is a wake, my friend. A celebration to ease the quill on her way to eternal damnation.
You heard.
Hilda's were not the only eyes in Winchester. My spies tell me stories of an avenging angel striking down the unworthy.
I have been called worse.
Be thou hail, Eildorbana. That's Life Destroyer in our dialect.
I said easy with my kinsbane. Old honey waves alive in my horn, and my eyes on the door, expecting my death, yet unafraid.
You're quite safe with me, Dane. For now. If the mead is fresh and the air is cool, you may often find a friend even amongst your enemies.
This guy talks as if he'd kick Eivor's ass. Sure, mate, sure.
Your English mead, Goodwin? It tastes like cat piss. In Mercia, we would drink 10 times this, and feast till our names were forgotten and our bridges were lost to the forest.
Does that happen?
As often as possible.
I must thank you before the ale dulls me. By cutting the order down to size, you have given England a hope of unity. It must be a sour apple to swallow, knowing that you are the last of Winchester's enemies.
Hey there, Hierro. Welcome on in. Good morning to you as well. How's things been? Just curious, are you planning on running the DLCs for this run as well? And have you played the Ragnarok DLC? I won't be doing any DLC content. I've played the Wrath of the Druids and the Siege of Paris in the past. But I will never play Ragnarok though, because I've seen it played all the way through, and I don't like the story of it. And also, I don't like the fact that they put an ad for it in the gameplay of your game, in the base game. So, to make sure that I can always point that out whenever I play this game, I won't be getting the DLC. Although I have heard that even people who have the DLC installed will have that ad pop up in the main game early on when you're in England and you've just settled up with your settlement and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I won't be playing the Ragnarok DLC this playthrough or any playthrough in the future. An ad in the game? What the fuck? Oh yeah, it just comes out of nowhere. Like if you haven't played this game before and you know nothing about the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC, don't know anything about it or anything like that, it just pops up full screen, can't be skipped, and it happens so early in the base game that there's no way you would be able to figure out what the fuck they're advertising to you. You know, so yeah, it's really ridiculous that they do that. So I'm like, fuck you then, Ubisoft. Every time I play this game, I'll point out that fact that you've got an ad that just fucking plays, and I'll talk over the ad as well. and complain about it. It's like, that shit shouldn't fly. Put ads in your menu, yeah, sure. You know, if you want to advertise, like they do, they already do this. They already put things like, you know, you can see ads for shadows already in, you know, when you load up Origins or Odyssey or Valhalla, you know, Mirage as well. But just stick to that. Don't have full screen ads that just play automatically, that can't be skipped and can't be turned off in any option menu, you know.
Where is your king now?
Alfred is busy with the Ealdorman of Wessex. A witan was lately called to discuss the little matter of a bishop's timely death.
Are you sure the Sikhs is dead?
The bishop is dead, that's certain. And if the bishop was the Sikhs is dead. A transitive property of mortality, you see.
I don't believe it. Too much theatre in Winchester. Overwrought players and wailing women.
Well, you could pay your respects and see for yourself. The funeral is today.
If he rots, I will leave with my silver. But if he lives, there's work to be done.
Watch your step, Eivor. He'll be a hefty corpse in death. Alive, he'd be much bigger. Whether you find or make a corpse, meet me at the Witan with your report.
If the bishop is wormmeal, then here should be the proof.
Lord grant my brother Aelfir eternal bliss, where joy endures for all those beloved of God. Do you not see? I am in prayer.
May we speak of your brother's death?
Have you no shame? Leave me.
I will leave you in peace, then. Did you know Bishop Aelfir?
Barely. But can you still smell the burned flesh? It's rife across the whole graveyard.
Only his face was burned. That seems like a strange accident. And this corpse's build is slight, frail. Goodwin said Aelfir was a brute.
Exactly, Lucinda. Lies. Lies.
Are you the bishop's family?
God, no. Just here to make sure that impious bastard is actually dead. He bedded my wife, the randy bastard.
A stranger comes to Wember.
You do not mourn like they do.
Wember is always here, helping the sleeping, singing to them, so they are not frightened before they meet God.
The sleeping? You mean the dead?
Wember helps the monks. Dig, dig, dig.
You dig the graves. Did you bury Aelfir?
Have you seen Layoff? My poor friend. Poor Layoff.
Lay off. What happened to him?
Sleeping? Sleeping like my dog when I hugged him too hard.
Someone hurt Layoff?
Yes. Yes. And while he slept, they stole his face.
Not just stolen, but burnt.
Jim, you've often wondered how old Eivor is when she died. Yeah. Yeah, they never say. Maybe in 20 years' time they'll finally release that content. But in seriousness, yeah, I don't know how old Eivor lives to until she dies. But we do know that she doesn't die in England and she doesn't die in Norway. and she doesn't die in Australia. But yeah, listen, you don't remember this dialogue? Yeah, I don't know. I think there's probably some other ways, or maybe you might have spoken to people that were enough. By the time you reach this part of the story, you're alliance fatigued. I don't blame you. There's so much of these alliances. I want to see the alliance map. I want to see the alliance map. The alliance map. The alliance map. The alliance map.
Threadbare clothes. Did they belong to Wimper's friend? This funeral is a shadow play. The Order killed an innocent, burned his face so no one could tell, and interred him in Eilfirth's place. His sister knows more than she lets on.
The alliance map. It'll be like Freddy Krueger in people's dreams. Except it doesn't kill you because it wants you to dream about it again the next night.
What now?
A pretty show you have laid on here, but I know the truth.
You would dare speak to me? When my poor brother Eilfirth lies cold in his shroud.
Your brother is the Sikhs, and no more dead than I am.
Heresy. My brother was the Bishop of Winchester.
When Goodwin got too close to the truth about your brother's place in the Order, you buried him. Or rather, you buried another in his place. The poor gravedigger's friend. Burning his face so no one would know.
How did you... No, I...
Talk now, or you will join the poor unfortunate you murdered in his grave.
You bastard Dane. You're as bad as them. I only ever wanted to serve God. Guards! All right, have your way. They won't do you any good. Guards! Protect me!
For that. Die!
Why will you not leave me alone?
Enough of this, cat and mouse. Where is your brother, the one they call the Sikhs?
He is a ghost now. But he will make himself flesh once more at the Witten. And Alfred will be king no more.
He means to kill Alfred?
Regicide? No. The king will step aside and Eilfirth will lead us all. Risen and resplendent as the Lord.
You are a damned fool.
Listen, to step aside. Alfred, cute. Yeah, Alfred would be like, oh, I guess I got to step aside then. Oh, look, okay.
Give me Alfred's jewel, you damn scoundrel! We have already paid for it!
In the past...
The Sikhs must be hiding in the crowd, biding his time to strike at Alfred.
Not priest, clerk, or abbot can turn the letter of their sermons from Latin to English. And how can we understand God's words if they are not spoken in our tongue? Eilfirth is dead, and we mourn him. But the foul deeds of the unrighteous are sown among our holy deeds,
like cockles and tare in a field of wheat. Education, wisdom, enlightened thought. This will raise us above the sins of our fathers. These I will demand of the next Bishop of Winchester. And so we meet to discuss all worthy candidates and choose the man who will shepherd our flock.
The king is mine!
By God, it's true.
Kill us all!
What?
How sweet is the shepherd's pipe when he calls his lambs to slaughter. I was born to Christians in the northern wilds. My mother would cradle me beneath the stars and whisper, dove-like, God watches over you. Then your people came, and God fixed his stout eye as they slit her throat for a copper ring. No stars threw down their spears as barbarians smeared her blood through fields of broken wheat. God watched all, and I hated him.
It may be Alfred's god was testing you. A trial you failed.
Alfred's god is weak. Yet he would chain us all in his service, from our first breath to our death rattle. My order wishes to break these mind-forged manacles. I am the wolf in lamb's wool.
He takes on the role of a god himself. A worthy path to walk.
A wolf is but a walking feast for ravens.
One more gift for you, Dane. A deadly truth, if you can find it. With my death, the Order will not die. It will only transform into something far worse for all of us.
Eivor will not cheat Loki's dread daughter twice.
I owe you my life.
An irony not lost on me, Alfred.
My king, we'll go by back streets to the Old Minster. Eivor may find us there when all has settled.
Eilfith, my love! No! Curse you, Dane! My brother served God.
He was not a Christian. He abhorred your god.
But why strike him down? Have you no compassion for good men?
We both have more questions than answers. But if you know this key, perhaps we can help one another. Where is its home?
You treated me with kindness, but this damned Order, their machinations killed my brother, so the rest may rot. Take this key to the ruins beneath the Bishop's house. You may find answers there.
Listen, do you remember when you did this mission, you guessed that guy was going to be the guy you'd need to assassinate because based on his aligning under the beam? That's definitely a good way to spot, because he's so close to Alfred as well. That's the other thing too, but that was a good spot. So is Odin a good or bad god? When you played this, you knew nothing about him. You thought he was meant to be a good god. That's something that I don't even know in terms of like the mythology version of Odin. So all I can really go on is this game's interpretation of him. But I think he was one of those gods that is like Zeus in some ways, where Zeus is kind of like, doing all these shenanigans with all these other, things, but maybe not. But certainly Odin, as we see him in Eivor's mind, is the side of Eivor that is like, go on, get the glory. You've done all this work, you deserve this. Why does that person deserve to get all this wealth and glory, And the fact that Odin, sacrificed his own eye to gain knowledge and all that kind of stuff, is definitely one that is very egocentric. Listen to fathering 1,000 children. Yeah.
Aid me. Be my eyes.
Listen, I did not know that. Yeah. So, when you do the Asgard memories with that builder guy, who ends up being one of the Jotun, one of the blue creatures that Loki actually is too. But there's some dialogue choices when they're trying to make it that Freya is going to pretend, or Loki's going to pretend to be her and fool the builder, and all this kind of stuff. And some of the dialogue options that you can choose to say heavily show that he's, thinking more about himself and saving his own skin. One of the reasons why he wants so much to be able to become immortal or find some way to live beyond the end of the world. And by contrast, it's interesting because you have Juno who is doing it so that her husband can come back. So she's kind of been unselfish. But she's still selfish though, because she wants to rule over all humanity and have her husband Aita be reborn into a human, to be reborn into a new body,
Whoa!
Shit. He's too busy trying to get the angle right to be a smartass with the camera.
Your time's up, Kurt!
Hey there, Simon. Hello to you.
Han heyrum því mun steika mann og þá verð ég nokkur.
If Eilfor's sister spoke true, I will find answers in the ruins. This must be it. The door to Eilfor's secrets.
An unsealed letter. The mark is Alfred, a withered sprig from his father's trunk. We should have seen it earlier. Someone
I will
calling...
send this to Hytham. He may make some sense of it.
Could you wait, programmers, until maybe I press the button to close the document to hear the dialogue? Someone calling himself a poor soldier is colluding with our king and feeding him names. Lundin and Ethelwick have already fallen to this treacherous rat. Burn the king to ash before he reaches the roots. The instrument. Oh yeah, Lucinda, it is so annoying. It's just like, come on. Cut people who want to actually read things out loud a little slack here. Especially when streaming something. It just assumes every gamer is just going to pick up things and not read them. That's true. There's definitely a little bit of that as well. And they know full well that people stream games nowadays, so, you know. There's that side of the thing to consider as well. I'll wait until some dialogue happens first.
Everything they did was to undermine Elfred. She lied to me. There is nothing here of the Order. I should see Elfred for my reward.
Fated decree, a universal decree, writ this 870th year of the Christian Jesus, bulwark England against outside agitators. She is our last great fortress upon this earth, with walls not only of timber and stone but of will, that have repelled our ancient rivals for over 4 centuries. Yet now we face a new threat, ravenous Danes who have not yet accepted our supremacy. We must fight to turn them or eliminate them. Though embattled, our sects in Francia and Ireland stand ready for our glorious return. Be ever resolute. Though our order may diminish, our truths are eternal. The Father. There's actually a reveal in the document that we read back here, telling us that, and telling Eivor that King Alfred is actually the head of the Order of the Ancients. But I think even in my first playthrough I didn't put the 2 and 2 together. Until the game literally spelled it out in like a cutscene and dialogue. Man, yourself. Hello there, Saber. Good day to you as well. How's your day going so far?
Come forth, Eivor.
Here is far enough.
When wrongdoers came to devour my flesh, these enemies stumbled and fell.
Have the laws of hospitality been thrown out, Alfred? I did exactly as we agreed.
That you did. But do not mistake necessity for friendship.
You are a man of your word, a man of God.
Indeed. By his example, I live my life. Goodwin?
Here is the only silver fit for one of your dragon boats. A reminder of Christ's sacrifice and our charity.
This too I offer you. Live here among us in peace as a Christian, or die a pagan in a blood-soaked field. All you have to lose is life everlasting.
And if I choose neither?
He offers you hope, Eivor. A life of purpose, above and beyond this one. You'd be a fool to refuse.
Your reign will end, King of the West Saxons. Raven wings will beat until your throne crumbles to dust.
You were wrong, Goodwin. This one is beyond saving.
You had your chance, damn you!
I did not want it. Damn you, Alfred. I will return to Hytham and Ranvi. They will want to know what happened here.
Saber, not bad. Just got up recently. Oh, that's good, Saber. I hope you had a good rest. Jim, you were playing this, but your game pass has run out. Oh, has it? Oh, damn. Don't you love it when timing like that happens with stuff? What part of the game were you up to? Jim, was a new run just building up Ravensthorpe. Oh yes, so pretty early.
That is min Yerikt! Yerikt!
The Order in Winchester has been wiped out, but we are no longer welcome there. My contact was none other than King Alfred himself. The Order wanted him dead, so he fought back.
Alfred? The line between friend and enemy is a porous one. Eivor.
wishes to speak with you. He is quite agitated.
Has something happened?
You will want to speak to him yourself.
And that's something that we won't be doing in this stream, because before I end this stream, I want to actually kill the rest of the Order of the Ancients members that I have, except for King Alfred, because we can't do that yet anyway. And in tomorrow's stream, I'm going to be doing the Asgard and Jotunheim Odin memories.
Do you want to die, thief?
I cleared Winchester of the Order. Yet to do so meant working with King Alfred.
Your poor fellow soldier led you to the King of Wessex? How very strange. He, or she, is toying with you, it seems.
I have to go.
Then go in peace.
The Asgard and Jotunheim story arcs are going to take a while, so instead of separating the Asgard and the Jotunheim memories by one stream per story arc, I'm going to do both of them in the one stream. So tomorrow, the Asgard and Jotunheim memories, as well as the Animus anomalies, and then on Monday, the last two story arcs to finish the playthrough off.
You won. I can see defeat. When Scops mention me, they will sing of my conquests.
Cowards do not get sagas.
I am no coward. In a long-lost battle for Wessex, I was the victor. The Scop could speak of that time. Focus on my lost honor.
No. I'll leave your reputation as it is, here in the blood-blackened mud.
Bastian, first time you did those, you were totally confused. Oh yeah, I definitely understand. Yeah, that'd be understandable. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes too, they throw so much at you that it might not be until you finish something or you look back on it or watch a video about it that you start to, you know, put some things together.
Oh, fuck! Oh!
Robbed me of my air assassination. Pressed the button before dropping down, but the game was like, we'll wait till you've dropped down.
The Archbishop never suspected my heresy. I kept secrets as I gathered believers. I appeared so pious my eyes bled for him, but I've never felt as much love for his god. Not like I do the old gods. The true gods. Our ancient creators.
Your life was a lie, you mean? You threw your honor into the ocean.
When I told the Archbishop my true belief, he was horrified. So I silenced him.
That silence comes for you now.
Don't bring to your fate! We keep our wits about us.
Jim, did you get your butt kicked by Thor? You did. I don't remember fighting Thor. Hey there, Vape Guy. Welcome. You love this game? Oh, that's good. I like it. It's not one of my favourite games in the series, but I do like it enough to want to actually replay it. Just about to finish up here now. Took care of that Order of the Ancients member. Tomorrow I'll be doing the Asgard and Jotunheim and the Animus Anomalies together. And then Monday next week I should be finishing the whole playthrough with doing the last two story arcs. Ozjim, you messed up then because you had to. Oh, did you? I see, Ozjim. Yeah, that's definitely fair enough. That Road to Valhalla quest, I'll be doing that on Monday. The reason I'm doing the Animus Anomalies and the Asgard and Jotunheim together is because the Asgard and Jotunheim memories are all about what happened with Odin and Loki and Tyr and all that kind of stuff. And then in the Animus Anomalies, once you solve all of them, the full video you see is the event that we see after the end of the Jotunheim memories, except we actually see what they looked like, not how Eivor's mind interprets them to look like in the Odin memories. So putting all that together, I feel is a better fit, story pacing wise, because then you get to see all of that stuff together, and because it's all leading into that anyway, because the next quest with Sigurd is about them going back to Norway and finding the Yggdrasil device, which leads into another part of the story. So all that stuff related to the Road to Valhalla quest I'll be doing on Monday. But in tomorrow's stream, I'll be doing the Asgard and Jotunheim memories and the Animus anomalies as well. But I'll be doing them all in one big stream. I won't be doing them as separate streams covering each element. So this is where I'm going to end this stream. It's a short one and ending pretty early, but because of what I want to do in the story and when I want to do it and what I want to do close to one another, that's one of the reasons why I started a bit later today, so I could make it up to this point by the end of the stream. Take that. Where's the friggin... No. Here we go. Take that off the screen, game. And what I'll do too with the Odin and Asgard memories, because we're playing as Odin essentially in those memories, I will be changing what Eivor is wearing appearance-wise to reflect in the Odin memory, so that Odin's wearing something different. Oh yeah, Sheila, that's absolutely no worries at all for the stream. We're going to raid out to Crooked, who's playing Assassin's Creed Origins. He started his historical order playthrough of it. I just want to thank everyone so much for watching this stream. I really do appreciate it. If you see me streaming this game again, then you know it's become Thursday. Before we raid out, just want to give some shout outs. Would definitely like to recommend people check out the following streamers. Schiller Locke, who is doing his own annual playthrough of the Assassin's Creed series. The most recent game he finished was Assassin's Creed Origins. He's also doing a playthrough of Super Mario Odyssey. Lucinda is doing her first ever playthrough of God of War 2018. Is also a big fan of the Resident Evil series as well as The Last of Us, Evil Within, Dishonored, and Bioshock. Will also be in the near future doing a playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima for her first time. Mr. Gote is playing games like Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. He's also a fan of the Outlast series as well as Dead Space and also Elden Ring. And Mita is playing through games like Ghost of Tsushima as well as Assassin's Creed Valhalla, working on mastery challenges, and also has a playthrough of Shadow of the Tomb Raider going on as well. And Shaky has been doing WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. So highly recommend people check out those streamers if you haven't before. Sheila, absolutely no worries for the stream. And no worries for the shout out either as well, dude. And Lucinda, no problemo for the shout out either. Absolutely no worries at all. Here's a raid message that everyone can copy and paste. And I'll also put one in chat for subscribers as well. Hey there, AC. Never give up, never back down, always keep pushing forward, one step at a time, never surrender, and remember, if at first you don't succeed, maybe skydiving isn't for you. Nice one, dude. Sorry about the timing, but we're raiding out and finishing the stream. But all the same, thank you so much for popping in, AC. I definitely do appreciate that. AC is definitely another streamer that I would also like to recommend as well. AC's doing a playthrough of 7 Days to Die, which until recently I hadn't actually seen any gameplay of, but it's quite a fun game, and I don't know if AC has it, but that game comes with Twitch integration as well, where you can put commands in to chat, and it changes things in the game for the streamer who's streaming it. But yeah, AC is definitely another great streamer to check out if you haven't before. Thanks so much for popping in for a little bit, AC. I hope that things are going well. Oh, yes, you do? Oh, excellent. That's cool. Yeah, because that was really fun, because it was Lucinda's husband, Necro, was doing a stream of 7 Days to Die. And it was so fun to put in all those commands and all that kind of stuff.